If you're looking for an app as a black person and you want to connect with other black people, well, the Black Social app is here. It's an absolutely a great app on Android and Apple. And make sure y'all go and check it out, man. What's going on? I watched a video from MadamNoire's YouTube channel, and the title caught my eye. It says, "Here's why men need to stop commenting on women's looks." Now, the title of my video is going to be about complimenting, because in the video, it seemed to me that they just don't want a lot of you brothers complimenting them unless they find you attractive. Now, I want y'all to understand. I'll put the link to the video. Y'all can go and check it out. I want y'all to understand. I've been hearing this more and more and more. Because any form of a man giving his opinion on a woman, we're supposed to lie to them. I want y'all to understand this. We can't be honest with a woman by how she looks. If she looks absolutely ridiculous, they expect us to just nod our head and just say, "You look fine," when they look ridiculous, okay? If we say we have a dating preference, you will have women who will get upset because we have a preference. But then they don't want us coming up to them, complimenting them. You know, especially like if you're dark skinned, and black women who are darker skinned say that black men will tell them that they look pretty for dark skin. Or listen, I've never heard a brother say that in my presence. I've never been in a situation where I compliment a black female and say if she's dark skinned, she's pretty for dark skin girl. I think that is something that may have happened once in one of these women's lives, or twice, and they use that as fuel to push this narrative that they don't want us to be honest about how they look. Now, as soon as they talk about these topics, they go to celebrities. Listen, man, when you talk about Meek Mill and the guy from Real Housewives of Atlanta, Peter Thomas, or you talk about A$AP Rocky, especially like Meek Mill and A$AP, they have dating choices. They have a plethora of women they can choose from. They don't have to date black women. I want you to understand that. They don't have to date black women. They really don't. Okay? And he talked about how he didn't like women with lace fronts. And I think Peter Thomas has said the same thing. I made a video about that. That's their choice. I don't understand why black women want to suppress a black man's right to have a preference. That's what it seems like, because they can have a preference. You have black women that will tell me all day long why they're with a non-black man. Who cares? You with them. So that's your preference. That is your choice. You don't have to give me some sob story about why you with this guy. Okay? You chose to be with him. Same thing with black men. If black men are dating out, they talk about who they like and who they want, or they date a light-skinned chick, they shouldn't have to justify why they're with them. Just like you shouldn't have to justify who you're with. Just don't be a hypocrite. Just don't be a hypocrite. But this is why I'm telling y'all, 2019, we need a new campaign. Let's stop complimenting women. Because there's a lot of insecure women out there, man. And if you're not their type, if they're not attracted to you, they're not going to want your comment. One of these females literally said that complimenting them is a form of sexual harassment. You know, this is the type of mental illness we have in the community. And you had a lot of people agreeing with that. The comment section was atrocious, man. You know, people bigging us up and agreeing with this. I just don't understand this mentality of black men can't tell us nothing, but y'all can tell us everything. Y'all can tell us why we don't do this or why we don't do that. But you can go all day long telling us what we should do, justifying why you do the things you do, praising every black female that dates out. But when you see black men dating out, not saying nothing to you, you attack them. Michael B. Jordan is not even with a non-black female, but he gets a lot of vitriol because he's a young, black, successful man who can date anybody he wants, and he still ain't with no black woman. And I think that is what bothers a lot of black women. You know, so they accuse him of dating, white or non-black females, because he's still not with a black woman. He's not married to one. He doesn't have any children with one. He's not tied to one. The only black woman in his life is his mother. He's not tied down to a black woman. So I think that angers the black women who find him attractive. This is why you need to stop living vicariously through black people on social media, through celebrities. Stop complimenting black women 2019. This is what we need to do. I know some of you are going to get angry. I understand this, but it is absolutely ridiculous that you want to talk about how complimenting somebody is a form of harassment. What? That is a joke to me. So let's say you don't get any compliments. Then what? Because I've already heard sisters say they don't get compliments from black men. Black men don't approach them. I wonder why. Maybe because you're in the comment section of a video being totally disrespectful and dismissive, and then you wonder why you're not getting approached. You're not getting approached because of who you are and the type of energy you put out there. Men can sense energy. They're not going to approach you if you have an energy of, I don't like you. I don't want you to approach. You don't hear this from other races. You don't hear this from other races of women saying, we don't like men to compliment us. I mean, you do hear it from these feminists, these white feminists. You do hear it from them, but you rarely hear it. Now you're talking about street harassment. Come on, man. Black men are not street harassing black women. Just stop. Come on now. Just stop. Come on. You got women who get on social media, okay, post half nude photos of themselves every single day. They post their location, where they're at, where they're streaming at different locations. If they were that afraid of being approached by men in general, why are they doing all that? That lets you know this whole street harassment is a joke. Now, do you have men who approach women and can be very disrespectful? Absolutely. But it's those guys. You're basically doing what you don't want us to do with you. You don't want us to, put you all in one category, But this whole notion of, if you compliment me, you're harassing me. That's dangerous. That's absolutely dangerous. Once again, we got to deal with more propaganda. We have to deal as black men with women who don't want us to compliment them, don't want us to be honest with them. How do you expect to become better as a woman if you don't want men to make the situation better? Being honest with you. You want us to lie to you? Because I know you've been lied to your whole life. That's why your relationships fall apart so much so that you're, on social media looking for answers. But the answers is right between your eyes. It's in your mind. It's right there. You don't want us to be honest with you. We ain't got to be honest with you. We can just do what all the men in your life have done, and that's lie to you and make it seem like nothing is wrong with you. Use that to manipulate you. And what's very sad is that you have women who fall for the lies. You got women who will sit there and they will believe the BS that's being sold to them. And they will believe it because that's what they have known their entire life. They've only known manipulation. They've only known being used. They've never known true love and affection. And that is what I'm trying to fix with the women who watch and support me. Yeah, there are women who actually watch and support me because they know I know what I'm talking about. I know humans. I can read human behavior. I've studied human behavior for years. And I understand that there's a deep psychological insecurity there that goes back to their childhood. It goes back to their teenage years. It goes back to when they start having children and the men they had children with basically wanted nothing to do with them. You know why? Because that guy was not ready to be with them. He lied. He manipulated. If you don't want black men to approach you, just say that. Don't go with this. You're making us feel bad because we're wearing blonde weave. No, don't say that. Just say you don't want them to approach you. That's it. It's that easy. Just say, I don't want you brothers approaching me. You see, I don't compliment women. I don't even compliment women who be in my chat room. I don't compliment women who be in my comment section. You know why? Because to me, I like when women are able to earn my respect. You know, to be able to show that they're not there just to be a pretty face around dudes, to get attention. I don't want to come off as a guy who is easily impressed, because I'm not easily impressed. You, as a female, you're going to have to work for my attention. If you don't want to work for my attention, you can go to somebody else. Go do you. But most of the time, I'm not going to be that guy who's going to go out of his way to seek the attention of women who I feel their energy is way off. And approaching them is going to be a disaster. That's something the dating coaches don't tell you. Reading that person and understanding whether that person is in the right frame of mind or not. I think that MadamNoire and a lot of these other black blogs, they like to paint brothers in a negative light, unfortunately. And it's up to us to be able to fix that notion of ourselves so that we're not bogged down by propaganda. You say you want a black man, you say you want a black family, you want black love, but all you do is tear them down every opportunity that you get. So what does that say about you? Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section below, and let me know your thoughts. If you're looking for an app as a black person and you want to connect with other black people, well, the Black Social app is here. It's an absolutely a great app on Android and Apple. And make sure y'all go and check it out, man.